says we're live?
It says we're live on OBS, but I don't see it on the channel itself.
Sometimes it takes it a minute.
Does it? Oh, receiving your content. Audience will see it in a moment. Get ready.
Sweet.
Yay,
All right, here we are. All right, we're live.
We're live!
Cool. Hello, everybody.
Aha! And the only way to watch it this time is not through the Discord, it's through the YouTube today. Because
I'm putting it on the Discord right now.
Okay.
Alright. Play it back here.
At everyone.
And I'm going to pop out the chat here. And hopefully that's a thing. Okay, yes, we are actually live now.
Sweet.
Oh, okay, good. For real this time.
For realsies.
I mean, they're not going to be able to hear you at all because, okay, all right, you're angling the chat so we can see it.
Yes.
Are you joining us on the couch?
Yeah.
All right, excellent.
Mitchell always does this thing where he likes to go over there and, like, howl around a little bit.
This is the first time I'm in the new studio. So
Hi! Oh, hi, everyone!
Hi, Mark.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Mark.
Welcome to the Velvet Room, everyone. This is a super last... Oh my god, what a fucking week we've been through.
Yeah, it's a fuck fest.
Alright, should I turn that off?
What the?
Now that I'm thinking about it.
I think it's okay.
Can you hear the dehumidifier,
If
guys?
you guys can hear a dehumidifier in the back, let us know in the YouTube live fucking chat.
Was that like a plug for YouTube?
All right,
Live?
introductions. Time to do
Alright.
introductions.
Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of the Velvetcast!
Yay.
I'm gonna move this closer.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Alright. I'm your host, Mitch.
Hi, I'm Sora, here, locally.
Yeah, you're here!
Yeah, he's actually in the room with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm Gangmuda.
Which you all know from the Velvet Room's very own
Oh, sorry.
super popular stream
Super popular.
of Super Mario Galaxy. So yeah.
Yeah, Super Mario Galaxy.
I had to
Bread and
process
butter.
that. I was like, when did we ever play that?
we did
We
play that.
super
Well, you
played
guys
that.
We played the whole thing.
We actually super played that.
Yeah, we totally did.
Sora's gone.
Alright,
I'm done, I'm out.
Sora, real quick, future reference, do not put anything on the table.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Because
Whoops.
it sounds
It makes
huge.
the mic
Yeah,
go.
you're right.
Yeah,
you guys
okay,
definitely
okay.
just heard my drink just
Alright.
smash down. My bad.
So,
That's
so
funny, though.
hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of the Velvet Room, or Velvetcast, I should say.
This was a terrible placement for those cherries. People are gonna reach for them and crinkle right at the microphone.
There you go. I just
Oh
stuffed
no,
charity.
Sora's really good.
Alright, so there's a
Sneaky
bag
cherries.
full of like 5 pounds of cherries.
5 pounds, my god,
It used
man,
to
I
be
think
5
that's
pounds.
too much.
Okay, so this is the super last minute episode. What a fucking week we've all been on, huh? So, let's get started on things. So, channel announcements real quick for this week. Persona 5 is continuing as usual.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at like 8, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
that's
8?
generally when we do that,
Okay.
yeah.
We did not get to. There's a whole string of Christmas lights that are just no longer working up there. I did not notice that
I've never
until
noticed
like.
that.
Oh god damn!
I wonder how long that's been going on.
I know, right? Okay, so we didn't really upload a lot this week, huh?
No.
We did not. We did not. But we are coming back this week stronger than ever. We're gonna start off this week with Persona, and then you guys are gonna get a video on Wednesday and Friday from me.
And then Thursday will be the finale of the Vanquish stream, and then I think I might start Dishonored 2.
Really?
Yeah, I think it might be time.
Did you play Dishonored 1?
Yeah, I finished Dishonored 1. It's been a while since I finished it, so I had to rewatch a recap. But yeah, I did a quick run through of like the tutorial just to make sure my computer runs it okay, because I heard there was some glitches with that. But whatever, it works, and I'm ready to jump in. So it depends on how long the Vanquish stream lasts, but that's my next game, I think, is Dishonored 2.
Also, we want to give a quick shout out to Josh, who could not join us for this very special episode
Sorry, Josh.
of the Velvetcast because of reasons.
Because, well, we're idiots and forgot to bring headphones, so we can't. That's another reason why we're not in the Discord chat right now, right?
Right,
So,
yeah, so, you know, most people who want to actually listen into this, there might be some people in the Discord, like, waiting to listen in
yeah.
right now.
Oh, that sucks. Well, I
Did you post
added
the link?
everyone. Yeah,
Okay,
I
good.
put a link.
Yeah.
Yes, this
Hopefully
is a weird episode, everyone. This is going to be a weird episode.
Apologies.
The thumbnail's a little off. Everything's a little off.
It's like one of those where the longer you stare at it, the more you can find mistakes.
Yeah. So, and also, I just want to say sorry for not making the stream on Thursday. I ended up having to wake up at 3 a.m. that Friday morning to fly here because one of my close friends from high school got married. So that was a thing that happened. Yeah, I'm getting old.
Oh, no.
God, no. Okay, so welcome to the amazing world of Mitchell is turning 25 this month.
Right.
And has purple dyed hair.
There you go.
Mitchell, tell everybody when your birthday is.
My birthday, believe it or not, is July 24th, which will be a Persona stream day.
Yeah.
Oh, how fun!
So we're going to play Persona 5 on my birthday.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the only water tigers watching this video. Like, only this is a very specific episode for water tiger.
We do this for you.
Which is all that matters to me. So.
But yeah, besides that, we that pretty much covers all the channel announcements. Which leads us into weeks.
Right, which I kind of dipped into.
No, it's fine. You totally fucking did it. You fucking, who gives a shit? It's the fucking Velvetcast.
Yeah, there you go.
You talk about bullshit and like dumb stuff on the Velvetcast.
We
used to have an order here.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
There's none. I like that.
We used to make a
list. Flow, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to make a fucking list of things. But you know what I want to talk about?
What is that you want to talk
I
about?
want to talk about a movie that I haven't seen yet.
It's a very special movie.
It's very special. Okay, so throughout this week, I listened to Greg Sesteros, the hot blonde, from The Room.
That is. So is it The Disaster Artist is what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Disaster Artist is a book that you can listen to on Audible, and it tells the story of Greg Sestero and how he not only met Tommy Wiseau, but it also tells a little bit of like what it was like to be filming that movie.
Which that movie, if you don't, for context, The Room is like a notoriously terrible movie. It's like the most beautiful. It's a disaster, right? So like it's the most beautiful. It's like the most beautiful train wreck ever. It is an experience we need to see. I think in its entirety, it's amazing.
So
and also cringe fest.
So if we make comments throughout the next couple of videos, like "Oh hi," or
some Wiseauisms.
Oh hi Mark. I did not hit her. I did not. Like if someone misses in Persona.
I did not.
You did not hit her.
There's a lie.
It was an awesome book. I just wanted to say that real quick. I don't want this to take up all
Felipe.
of the. Hi.
Hi.
I did not want this to take up all of the chat and shit because it's really only something that I did. But like it's a really good listen. Greg Sestero does an amazing Tommy Wiseau impression. So like as he's reading the book aloud to you, he's like, and then across the hall was Tommy Wiseau. Oh, Greg, how's it going, baby face? And like it's just really funny to listen to this guy who's clearly hung out with Tommy Wiseau for like 15 years. So like he just has this really spot on impression. I have not seen The Room. I have every intention to see it now. I am dragging Gang Mudo to go see it with me.
We need to figure out a place that shows it. Is the thing is that I need to figure that out because it's a really fun time. Honestly, like my friends and I've seen that movie like 15 times at this point, and it's a lot of fun, honestly, but also super fascinating. So that's why I'm excited. I want to check out that book now, The Disaster Artist, and also the movie because I'm also morbidly curious as to how James Franco is going to pull off Tommy Wiseau.
That's right. So
they're doing a movie adaptation of the book, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So it is. So I think it's James Franco as Tommy Wiseau.
Oh my god.
And then his little brother, I forget his first name, but Dave Franco. Yes, Dave Franco.
Wait, is that really it?
Yes, I think.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool.
And maybe I could be wrong, but yeah, that sounds right. That he is
Johnny Franco.
He is going to be Mark. It's fucking crazy. They've seen pictures of it. The makeup's good at least. I don't know. It looks utterly bizarre.
Oh yeah, and
okay, it is Dave Franco.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Sorry, I had
Dave
to make
Franco.
Sure.
So yeah, I just wanted to get that out real quick. That's something that we're probably gonna keep making references to, which then leads me into the next big fucking thing. Gang Mudo and I saw Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I did not.
You did not.
Sorry, Sora.
I did not.
I did not.
All I can say is there will also be references to Spider-Man this week.
Probably.
Okay,
All y'all
Sora,
gotta see it.
So, spoiler-free little review here.
Okay.
Awesome movie.
Okay, good.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
That does my heart good because I love Spider-Man. He's my favorite superhero.
Spider-Man.
It is a fun movie. I did not like some of the little things that they decided to do.
Okay.
But one of my personal favorite lines, without any context, is, "So, Peter," which oh no, my phone!
We'll give you a look when we all go see it together. We're gonna be like, this one right here.
And there's also So Gingland and I saw it on opening night.
Yeah,
And-
midnight ass showing.
Yeah, and my favorite part of that entire showing was walking out of the theater, making fun, because like we were kind of like, don't get me wrong, the movie is still good. We still made fun of it.
Me
Sure.
and Mitchell love movies, but we are so hard on movies. So hard on movies.
I mean, is it at least like self-aware? Like, is it allowed to have fun with itself, or is it kind of super serious? Like,
No, it totally makes fun of itself.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I
But
think you have to at this point. It's the third reboot, right? Like,
but you know Mitchell, he's just making fun of goddamn everything he can get his hands
oh
on.
yeah, for sure.
And you finish the story since you started it.
Okay, so we are walking out and we were making dumb jokes about like things that happened in the movie, and we're sitting on a bench and we're just yucking it up. And this group of like actual comic book fans and actual nerds and like you could imagine these people sitting at like Red Letter Media's like fucking table, being like, "Oh, I love Spider-Man.
Sure.
Spider-Man's so great."
Spider-Man.
And so we're talking and we're doing our thing, and all of a sudden we just hear, "Do you even know Spider-Man?"
He is so comical.
Wow.
And it just felt like the most ingenuine comment I think I've ever heard in my entire life.
She like doubled over, like I can't even believe it, holding her cigarette, and she was like, "Do you even know Spider-Man?"
Oh,
It's so
Jesus.
bad.
and the neckbeard, who was for moments from shedding a tear.
Oh man.
That was the funniest thing. We had to like actually get up and walk away
And
to laugh at that.
to laugh, and it was the fucking. We're horrible people. I think that's what taught me.
Yeah.
It's
so funny.
Literally, I started laughing, and I looked at Ganguno, and I said no. And then we walked over to a corner and just said in a very condescending, shitty voice, "Do you even know Spider-Man?"
God, we should have made sure we were farther away before we started that.
They were still in hearing distance. It was
They're
not
still within earshot for sure.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
the best idea we've ever had. But,
No. Oh man.
But yeah, like I said, the movie itself is very solid. I will say this: for all the commercials and everything, for the posters and shit, that is like, "Oh, Tony Stark's in this movie."
Right.
It is minimum.
Okay, so I was worried it was going to be Iron Man 4.
No.
Okay.
Okay. What it is he like his role in the movie is exactly what you'd think it would be. Like, where it's just like, oh, he's the Marvel connection.
Right.
He pops up like a few times throughout the movie, or not even him. Sometimes it's just Happy. Like and Happy's the one who's like the connection to the Marvel universe.
Right.
And that's all that there is. It's the whole movie is about Peter trying to be like, "I want to be on the Avengers team," and
Right.
that's the whole movie. So, like, yeah, it's a good movie. You can totally go see it. I know Spider-Man's your favorite hero.
He is. As long as they nail Peter Parker and Spider-Man, because, like, you know, the common thing is that, like, everyone thinks that, like, Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire was a good Peter Parker, but, like, there hasn't been a movie adaptation that nails both sides of the character. And I feel like Spider-Man, more than any other superhero, like, the balance between the superhero and his secret identity, I feel like is really, really, like, I feel like that's more important to Spider-Man than any other hero.
Yeah.
Except
Like-
for Batman. But whatever.
Except for baby.
Except for Batman. But, you know, whatever. But yes.
Can they read the chat?
We can read the chat.
We can super read the chat. In fact, if you look at the YouTube video right now, we're trying something a little different. If you notice...
Oh, hi, Oceana.
Hi, Oceano.
Sorry, I didn't say it again.
If you notice in the video itself, the chat should be visible on the screen. For context, especially for something that's very based on crowd participation.
Yes. No, that's it's good that we've
Very real.
been able to figure that out. So yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and so that's pretty much the Spider-Man bit that I kind of wanted to just mention real quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Doomfist is a thing.
Oh yeah, hey, gonna
Nice
segue
segue,
right
bro.
into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doomfist. Yeah. So that trailer happened.
I haven't seen it yet. I
What,
can't
you
believe
haven't
I haven't
seen
seen it. I just remembered I've not seen the animated
Well, it's a very
thing
good
yet.
trailer. It's very
Yeah.
Overwatch.
I'm so sorry.
It was the best.
You can go ahead and spoil things for me. I don't
Well,
want
No,
to
no. We're gonna watch it right afterwards.
Yeah, we'll watch it right
okay.
afterwards. It's great. Overwatch the anime is very, very nice.
Overwatch the anime.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And because it wasn't what I was expecting, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it does work. It does work.
It does. I think Doomfist's, well, off the top, I feel like his character design, it is growing on me, because when it first dropped, I was like, oh, okay, this looks kind of, alright, whatever, like, I guess it's fine. I guess I had in my head that he was going to be some sort of, like, Ultron figure, not Ultron, Thanos. You know what I mean? Like, I just, when I think, because I think the Infinity Gauntlet, I think, like a lot of, like, I feel like I was thinking a lot of metallic, I guess, you know what I mean? I was expecting not an Omnic person, but, like, somebody that was, like, kind of like Genji and, like, almost all cybernetics, I felt like. So I guess it was a little different than what I expected, but I kind of, the tribal kind of, you know, at, like, that kind of vibe is growing on me a little bit more, you know? And
I will say I know a lot of people were disappointed that he is not voiced by Terry Crews.
yeah, I mean, like, it happens,
well, I
right?
thought it'd be cool, but it wasn't like something that would make it or break it for me.
Right.
I will say this much: the fact that he has like this very authentic sounding like African accent, like
well, how
it really-
immersion breaking would it have been if Terry Crews had voiced that same character, that same design,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
well, if it was a big American character,
Sure.
then sure. But the fact that like Doomfist is like Nigerian, like you need the accent.
Yeah.
In the same way that it would be weird if like Mercy didn't have an accent, or like
Yeah.
Sure.
Widowmaker.
like I don't know. So like it's I don't know. It makes the character, and like the one thing I will say is I don't know the actor though who plays him, and some people are saying he's a guy from like House of Cards or something, or
Was he from House of Cards? Oh, I need to look that up.
Should I look that up?
yeah, look it up. Stall for time.
Ah!
But like as far as I'm concerned, Doomfist is a fighting game character in Overwatch. That's all he is.
Yeah, he does look like a fucking
And-
fighting game character.
Like everything he does is just very like the fact that like his shots do not have a natural reload or like a active reload, and
Yeah.
they take time to build back up. The fact that like a lot of his moves involve like command speed.
Yes,
a term
it's
we would
all
use
about
in-
in command speed. You're right. Yeah, like all of his moves are forced. All of his abilities force movement on him, basically.
And
right?
and
So-
yeah, like his whole thing is like as far as I can tell, it's like him chasing like the fact that like I watched like I was playing in quick play on the PTR and I watched Doomfist fucking charge at Reinhardt and punch Reinhardt into a wall and kill him.
I mean,
Oh my
as
God.
if Reinhardt needed another character that could just throw him in the dumpster at this point, right? Like he's like I feel like Reinhardt's in a kind of not a great spot. you
well,
know?
I mean, but Reinhardt, okay. In quick play, it's one thing, but like the fact that like Reinhardt's one of those characters that like in the meta for so long was just always a must pick.
Right.
Like
That's true. He had his day in the sun.
like I like the idea that like I was talking to another one of our friends, Rozzy, who's been on the show a couple times when we do our Overwatch streams, and like we were before the actual announcement, we were like, wouldn't it be great to have another tank buster? Because the last time the tank buster was McCree, I feel. When we haven't really had another tank buster, and most of the time tanks fight other tanks, like.
Yeah.
And if you get lucky, like tanks are supposed to be absorbing all that, sponging all that damage and shit. And the DPS, like maybe Tracer sometimes can get behind Reinhardt's shield, throw a bit. But as long as that Reinhardt's still being defended by someone,
It's gonna be hard to take him down.
yeah. But the idea that we have like straight up like fuck you and your barriers, fucking Winston as my fist is considered active movement, and the impact
sick.
happens when I punch you.
That's so good.
Like everything about the idea of a tank, like finally a good tank buster, is really solid. And watching Doomfist punch Diva's mech into a wall, and watching the smack damage burst out Diva like a fucking hot potato.
It makes me really
Oh, I've gotta
sad,
see
honestly.
this.
As somebody who plays Diva all the time, I don't want somebody to pop
But
me.
that's the thing. So, but the good thing is that there is a sense of balance. I believe he only starts off with 200 health, but every time he lands one of his combo hits, he adds 30. I think it's like 30 armor frames that deplete over time.
Okay.
So like every second he loses every second he might lose like 1 or 2, and so the idea is that you have to constantly be in this aggression mode of, I'm gonna use an old Velvet Room saying here, but a wall of fists, if you will. And he'll continue getting his shield, and I believe it only caps at 200, so like you can get a maximum of 400 HP.
Okay.
So, as long as you're active and as long as you're not taking damage, which is impossible for a character who needs to be constantly in people's faces, you're gonna be okay. He's balanced out.
Alright. I hope so. I will say that, like, and this is not really an issue with Doomfist per se, because we knew Doomfist was coming for a while, but now that Doomfist is coming, we need a support, like, ASAP. Like, I know we have Ana as our, like, was the first new added character, but like honestly at this point, like there are so many DPS classes now.
Oh yeah.
There needs to be more options for support.
No, we need. I think if you remove Symmetra because she doesn't heal.
No, she might.
You have defense. 4 healers.
Yeah, and not even all of them are viable solo healers in my opinion.
No,
right? So...
no, I would not consider Zenyatta a solo healer.
Right.
Like as much as I love Zenyatta, he's not a solo healer, and I wouldn't even consider Lucio a solo healer.
Not anymore. Yeah, I love where Lucio's at right now. I love his balance changes, but you're right. I would also put him as more towards damage now, which is interesting.
Like you have out of the 25 characters in Overwatch, what is it fucking 17 characters are fucking. I don't know. I can't remember how many tanks there are. Never mind. I was supposed to say 4 and 4, right? No.
5, right?
There's 5?
There's 5 tanks.
And you remove Roadhog because Roadhog isn't really a tank.
Roadhog isn't anything anymore.
Boy, oh boy, you're absolutely... That hurt. That hurt. I don't even play Roadhog.
I play Roadhog. I'm still salty, man.
It's weird because Roadhog for a year has had this reputation of hook and line and sinker.
Right. I mean, and I get it because the one-shot kill doesn't feel good to be on the receiving end of that, right? Mm. But I mean, there's also other one-shot kills in the game, like Hanzo's scatter arrow is. I don't want to get into much salt, but
scatter arrow can bite me.
Right, exactly. It's all right. Well, we're gonna nerf Roadhog. Let's fucking delete Hanzo too, right?
Well, okay. Let me put it this way. The problem is, and this is just how I kind of see it. I feel like there's certain characters that need desperately need buffs, and there's characters that desperately, and not nerfs. I don't like the idea of a nerf. I like the idea of buffing everyone else to a point of of even ground.
Yeah.
And so the one thing that always bothered me was I was not in Overwatch when McCree was the tank buster.
Oh my god.
And now he's a mid-range sniper. That's essentially what his job now, right? And I wasn't in Overwatch when Widowmaker was super powerful. But when I hear that Widowmaker used to be this super cool, powerful, one body shot would kill Tracer, I'm like, wow, that must have been cool because that makes fucking sense.
Yeah, it does make sense, and it did. The only that I feel that was really early on in the game when people were still learning the game, and Widowmaker is probably one of the more traditional, quote unquote, shooter classes. Widowmaker's a sniper, you know what I mean? She's she's the equivalent of Soldier 76. You know, Soldier 76 has an assault rifle. Widowmaker has a sniper rifle. People knew how to snipe before they played Overwatch. You didn't necessarily know how to play a character like Tracer or Genji. You know what I mean? That's a different. Those are unique characters. If you know how to snipe and Counter-Strike, you're popping off headshots and totally destroying people in Overwatch as Widowmaker.
Maybe this is a weird thing to say, but I just wish Widowmaker was more powerful. I wish that...
Me too.
Because I can't express enough how... Okay, there should not be a choice in Overwatch where it's I'm going to pick Widowmaker on defense, and then everyone's It's no, I'm playing a defense hero.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I know Jeff Kaplan got tons of shit because Widowmaker used to be this powerful character, and now, Widowmaker mains have a little bit harder. It's a bit harder out there. But I liked the idea that Hanzo was a little weaker than Widowmaker, because Hanzo has more utility in his fucking belt.
Well, he has more mobility and everything, yeah.
And he has an actual fucking ult. Widowmaker's ult really honestly doesn't do jack shit.
So make Widowmaker stronger.
So I'm of the opinion that there's still... Widowmaker just has one of the higher skill floors in the game, right? Where it's this sounds douchey of me to say because I'm not a sniper. I don't play Widowmaker. Maybe 15 minutes on here, but I feel like there are Widowmakers that I run into Widowmakers that do wreck me. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, well, I can't really like when a Widowmaker kills me, it doesn't feel like bullshit. It's like, oh, well, I got sniped because they were in a good position.
Right.
When Hanzo kills me, it feels like bullshit. Like it's like
honestly though, yeah.
Like it still feels okay to get killed by Widowmaker. But like, and that being said, there are games that I run into with Widowmaker where she just dominates. You know what I mean? Like there's still. She's a niche character, and maybe we could work on. Maybe they could work on like opening up her niche a little more to make her a little bit more useful on more maps. But there's still like again, like I think there are more. I think there are characters in a worse spot than Widowmaker. I guess.
Oh well, of course. I mean, my fucking main is in a weird spot right now.
Oh, Sombra?
I wouldn't say that she needs to be buffed, but like it is a weird. It's weird to be like, oh yeah, I love playing Sombra, and then getting the oh really, because every time I'm like, oh yeah, I play Sombra, I always think of my fucking 24th birthday being introduced to my douchey, my sister's douchey ex-boyfriend, and being like, oh, so what do you like to play, Mitchell? And I'm like, oh, by the way, for those of you who don't know, that's where I got fucking Ryuji's voice. So, or not Ryuji's voice, Yusuke.
Oh, Yusuke.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, hi, why Joshua?
Hello.
As it's just Josh now.
That'd be funny.
So. Let's move them. Okay, so like, real quick story. I was once asked by this guy, so what's your favorite Kingdom Hearts game? And I was like, 358 over 2 days. It's like, really? That seems like a bad choice. Mine's is Birth by Sleep. And I'm like, yeah, I know mine's is not the best choice. And then I literally just looked at my sister and I'm like, happy birthday. So, it's been pretty shitty. It was a pretty shitty day. So every time I think of, like, whenever I tell someone, like, Sombra's my main character, like, really? Sombra's your real character? Why don't you just pick, why don't you just fucking throw your goddamn keyboard in the trash can? Because that's what... People just don't like that I play Sombra.
I mean...
It's the same when you tell people that you play Mei, and they're like, oh, I never want to look at you again.
Yeah.
And you just get shit on immediately for it.
And then it's sort of like, Soldier 76 mains, feel me. No.
I main Soldier when I'm doing offense.
There you go.
Yeah.
I get it. My main offense guy. But at this point, I just play support, because no one else fucking plays.
Yeah. I was about to say...
I'm trying to get better at, like, Zenyatta or something, but I'm terrible at support.
I only recently got into the Sombra main. Before that, I was Lucio.
Yeah, I was all Lucio all the time for me too.
Like, but it's like, yo, Water Tiger says, hey, Sombra counters Doomfist. I know, because when I was in the PTR, I was like, oh, let's go into 6v6, like, where everyone can pick whoever they want. And everyone else picked Doomfist, and I picked Sombra.
Oh, were you killing it? That's awesome.
You just use your ult, and everyone's just sad.
So everyone was around the payload, and I threw my translocator, EMP'd, and watched all these guys jump up and not being able to do anything. All these big buff men who couldn't do anything all of a sudden.
All these JoJo's characters without their powers.
All the pillar men.
And I just kept shooting at them.
That's awesome.
And then,
It must be a great day to be Sombra then, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my god.
So Doomfist hits servers. Does he hit live on Tuesday? Is that the?
Is that it?
I thought they my understanding is that he is going to be in the PTR for another week.
Okay. I'm not sure, right? Because Anna was a week, right? She was in PTR and then she was on there the next week.
Right.
But Orisa was like 3 weeks.
They might. Was it 3 weeks?
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah.
Geico Insurance says that Mei is best, and I have to agree. Thank you, Geico.
Oh, Gangluno and I had a fucking scary ass fight.
Oh yeah, well, not like a real fight. We had Mitchell was like, "Hold on a minute," while we were playing Overwatch, and hi Josh, and he was like, "Hold on," and like starts up this custom game and made it just me and Mitchell like versus, and it was the scariest thing because he's Sombra and I'm Mei, and I'm just trying to like use my Ice Blast all around me so that I can see Mitchell because he's invisible. So scary.
Like, if you ever want to have fun with just one other friend, just go make it either Lijiang Tower or one of the control maps. Set it so that your capture is like 500%. and just 1v1.
Oh my god.
Why Joshua says, do you like Lucio? Yes, I think we can all say we do love
Yes,
Lucio.
I love Lucio.
Yeah,
I like
And
he's
Lucio
like
is-
he's my main healer.
Right.
Next,
He's so much fun.
it used to be Zenyatta.
I would play more Lucio, but I'm just not good at him, so it's hard to heal everybody. No one wants to stay in your circle.
Right. It's way harder to keep everybody healthy
I feel like
now that they changed it, right? So
I feel
Yeah.
like Lucio works best on like control maps and like
Yeah.
and any other map. It's like it's very hard to like be like everyone group up with me, and then like Reinhardt's like no, and then charges in and like
and then he just
You'd
fucking
think
goes
Reinhardt,
forward.
out of all people, would understand staying together.
or the worst one is playing Mercy, and then someone else picks Pharah, and they're like just stay with me, and like no. I
have
don't
other
want to do.
people.
I want to heal other people. Stay with me,
Dude,
says Farrah as
this
she
is why I'm
forcibly
done
grabs my hand.
This is why I'm done playing comp.
Pharmacy
because,
got really scary.
I play. I think I'm like high gold, low plat, or something like that. So like nothing super special. Like we're like not to the point of like whatever. People there are so self-important. I feel like because like every single Pharah main that I run into, they're like, all right, I need a Mercy or whatever. And it's like, all right, I can play good. Like Mercy's pretty easy to play. Like I can play her. Like whatever. Yeah, sure, I'm down. And they always expect me to be on her ass the whole entire game. And it's like, dude, there are 4 other teammates I need to keep healthy. Like.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't help that like most like especially in like, when you go into solo queue, especially
Right, like this is solo queue.
like
Exactly,
when you
yeah.
go into solo queue and like you're the only healer
Right.
for some reason in competitive, because like I actually got into the competitive a little bit this season
Okay.
and I'm really enjoying it. But the one problem is just like I played Sombra one time and then we lost and everyone blamed me for it,
Oh.
and I was like, I like playing my favorite character. so now when I play competitive, I'm like, all right, time to auto default to Lucio every single time.
Yeah.
See, that's why I don't play competitive. I hear everyone's a dick on competitive.
It's not that everyone's a dick, because sometimes you run into really nice people.
Yeah.
But it just so happens that most of the time, especially in your placement matches, everyone's really on edge because they want to like get really high.
Yeah.
And-
And that's what scares me because I know I can't deliver.
If you want, I mean, we could just partner up and just fucking go through it. Because I
Yeah,
want,
sure.
I just want my
we
golden.
should start up a big team. That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
I want my golden Sombra gun. That's all I want. And I don't even care if I have to play Lucio the entire time to get my golden Sombra gun.
I thought you were trying to get the golden Lucio gun.
I was going to, but then I'm like, nah. I play more Sombra. Like I actually looked at it and like I have more hours on Sombra than I do Lucio or Mercy. So why not? I think I have like 17 hours, something like that. But anyways, the point is Overwatch is fun. Doomfist is gonna be crazy, and I feel like
we'll never get back into the game.
Huh?
For a couple of days, we're just gonna have a hard time getting into the game.
Oh yeah, God. Well, you know the one thing that bothers me is that Doomfist, as far as I'm concerned, it's gonna be a weird place to put him because it's like he has to be close up. Like, he has to be up close and personal, like Tracer or Genji, right? But he's not that. He's a tank buster. He's not an assassin. He's not a backline harasser. He's a tank buster.
Josh is throwing shade at you, Mitchell.
You'll never get the golden SMG. Be a pleb Sombra forever, Mitch. Josh, I'm really sorry you couldn't make it to the cast
He's
today.
like really mad.
I need you to know. I'm really sorry.
We love you, Josh.
We love you, Josh.
It's our fault.
It's our fault for planning this horribly last minute.
Mitchell was like at a family picnic with me and my family and was like, hey, after this, let's just pick up Sora like randomly out of the blue and go do a Velvetcast. I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
Welcome to this world. Welcome to the world where we did this.
Oh, by the way, Doomfist and Reaper's ship name is Doomper. Everybody ship Doomper.
I don't know. McCree and Doomfist is my person.
McFist.
McFist, yeah.
I like that one.
McDoom.
There's no sarcasm, Josh. We love you.
Doomcree.
Doom Cream. I think
Doomrat.
McFist has to be
McFist is
Junkfist.
my favorite.
Junkfist.
Junkrat and Doomfist have a line together.
Doom
I looked
76.
up all the voice lines that Doomfist has with other people, and he actually has like a Scooby-Doo line where he's like, "If it wasn't for those meddling kids,"
Oh,
it's
perfect.
really cute. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, I accidentally bumped into you, Mitchell.
Yeah. Yes, Doomper and McFist, trending hashtags. Thank you, Y Joshua.
Thank you, Joshua.
Doomhog.
Wow, Doomfist is such a good shipping name with anything. I'm just going through all of them right now.
But you know what the problem is?
Widowfist.
Widowfist, Roadfist, Fist
Widow
Hog.
No, I like Doomhog.
Doomhog is good. Fist Hog.
Doomrat.
Fister.
Yes.
Well, no, the problem was I got really into it when I was playing Doomfist like the other day, and like on the comm, I was just like, "Get ready to be fisted," and then I had to take a step back. I'm like, "No."
No, that's the thing. Like, my friend was like, I think I'm most excited about Doomfist because I get to tell people that whenever there's a Doomfist on me, like, guys, I'm getting fisted over here.
I'm getting fisted. Oh, I'm gonna say that a lot.
Well,
More than necessary.
good luck, tank mates. By the way, I just wanted to say that real quick because if you guys had a problem being a tank before this, having an official tank buster now.
Is it gonna be hard with Zarya? Do you think? Because I made her.
I think you should be okay. From my understanding, the idea is if it's going to be hard, but you have to time the shield right. Because as far as I know, the shield still works against Doomfist. The problem, I feel like the main problem with tanks fighting Doomfist will be that Doomfist seems to be built to take you on.
Oh, great.
He has high mobility for command speed purposes. And he has high damage output, and his secondary fire can lunge you against a wall.
Great.
So like
Or pinning.
So he'll punch you and you go flying. So
by the way, why Joshua asked if we're sad about Doomfist not being voiced by Terry Crews?
I was a little upset at first, but it's not. I don't know. I think his current voice actor does a really good job of being intimidating and interesting.
I didn't really think much of it. I don't know. I thought it'd been cool if Terry Crews did it, just because that's kind of a plug for Overwatch. But it doesn't really matter to me as long as he sounds cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Real quick, Josh says Doomfist feels more like an anti-flank than a tank buster to me, or at least he seems that way. I would normally agree, but maybe it's just because of what I've seen on the PTR, like watching a Reinhardt get smacked against a wall and then die,
right?
Or like watching, like especially if he's well supportive, because I did free play solo. And the one thing I noticed was, like, our tanks were having a hard time dealing, because it's not, Doomfist can't take on a tank by himself, but he is a great offensive asset, I should say. So, that's all I'm going to say about Doomfist, though. Like, I can't wait to see him in actual play. I can't wait to see what happens with the meta. And, like, another thing I'll say real quick is that the ability to juggle enemies is going to be a really weird one for a while. Because he has an uppercut Sora. He just uppercuts them and like juggles them in the air.
It's really good.
And like he can, I think, what is it? I think it's like he can uppercut them and then he can secondary fire and punch them and so he flings them.
Oh god, this sucks. I hate fighting games.
Time to bring the fighting game to you.
God damn it, I can't escape.
Thanks, Conde. But yeah, so Doomfist is a character.
Doomfist is a character.
Alright.
Do you know who else is a character?
Who?
Link from Breath of the Wild.
Alright, you played the DLC.
I did play the DLC.
What, there's DLC? I haven't even gotten the Master Sword yet.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So, I bought the DLC to play on the flight here. It's
cool.
the first half of they divided it into 2 packs, basically. And so this is the first half, which is kind of the baby half. Because it gets you a bunch of outfits, like the Tingle outfit, the
Tingle outfit?
Yeah, you can get Tingle's outfit.
God.
You can get Majora's Mask. You could get a transporting medallion, whatever. The main beef of it right now is called the Trial of the Sword, which basically is like a gauntlet of combat shit. And like, have you played like the trials like in Wind Waker at all? Like,
Oh yeah,
like
I love
the,
Wind Waker.
like you know like that I forget what that dungeon was called, but basically like it was like one floor of enemies and you'd have to like kill them all.
Oh,
and
the
then go
one
back
that was
down.
like 70 floors.
Yeah,
long.
yeah, 70
Yeah,
floors long,
I totally completed that.
So they basically added that to Breath of the Wild.
Oh, cool.
But the catch is that you start over from scratch. Like you have no weapons or
Oh.
armor, so it's kind of hard. So
Was the Wind Waker one like that?
no, the Wind Waker one you
Oh.
kept all your shit. Yeah.
Oh well, good shit. Well, Breath of the Wild is supposed to be for, I think, a tougher audience.
Yeah, I would say so.
Real quick, did you know? Okay, when you start off the Master Trials, do you know how to beat that first real mob?
How?
You just throw a bomb at them.
Yeah, no, you still have your powers. You still have your powers. So like that's the thing is that you have
Junkrat it.
Yeah, you Junkrat it because you keep your powers. You keep your rune powers or whatever, your bomb, your stasis, whatever. You keep your hearts and you keep your stamina, and that's what you have. So yeah, I don't know. I got like 20 floors deep, and then I died, and then I started back from the beginning, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be that kind of
Yeah,
trial.
no, it's super real. I haven't been able to beat it myself.
Oh, so you have it too?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I have it. I looked at it. I tried it. I gave up.
Yeah, right. I think, yeah.
Because the implication is that what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to turn all of your stamina wheels into hearts again, and you're gonna have to do as many shrines as you possibly fucking can.
Yeah.
Because like there's not a lot of chances to get health.
Yeah. No, it's rough, but it is interesting though because I did have a lot of fun with it. I'm gonna try it again, but yeah, you're right. Like I have like about 80. I think I just finished my 80th shrine, so I have like 3 rows of three hearts in my second row. You know, it's like it's like a good amount of hearts, but I don't know.
You're gonna have to pull up that fucking completionist map and like.
I don't want to look at the map though. You know what I mean? Like that's like so much. That's like part of the fun for me. Is like where the fuck are these goddamn shrines? You know?
Yeah.
But if
Gerard's probably like, I just finished it.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Wow, top tier joke.
We're gonna get sued.
Oh god.
But yeah, I mean, like
No. If we're gonna get sued for anything, it's all the times we've made fun of game theory on this fucking channel.
Oh,
No, I love the idea of Matt Pat making like he would never do this. Matt Pat seems like a genuinely good guy.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
sure
But he would,
fine.
but I love the idea of like us being like, haha, Matt Pat and game theory, how like we make like some shitty joke about it, and then he makes a video the next day being like, is Velvet Room Gaming the shittiest channel on YouTube? That's the theory, a game theory. Here's science, and then like you pull that like.
Makes a fucking headpiece on like a YouTube channel with less than 1,000 subs.
and then like we have this, and then like, we
Holy
confront
shit.
him about it, and he's just like, well, I didn't say anything. It's just a theory,
It's just a theory.
a game
It's a theory.
theory.
Oh my god.
Duh.
Matt Pat is the Alex Jones of YouTube.
Oh no! No, please don't tell.
That's a joke.
He seems like a good guy. He seems like a really good guy.
No, he does actually, legit. Alright, anyways, Zelda, Breath of the Wild DLC. It's good, it's fun. I bought the DLC because I want the actual real DLC at the end of the year, but it seems like a solid excuse to jump back in.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I feel like that game is a game I can get stupidly lost in. I can get stupidly lost in the game. Like, I can play it for hours just exploring shit that I've already explored, or like climbing mountains and doing dumb shit, and oh god. But also, why Joshua13 says also, since I heard Breath of the Wild, do you guys play ARMS? I have been meaning to get a copy of it for the channel.
Okay.
Probably will.
We will play it for the channel.
Yes. Okay.
I have had a
Confirmation.
weekend with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
How do you like it?
it's good. It's yeah. Okay, let's look away for the high five.
Sorry, I didn't know what was happening.
ARMS.
But it's fun. Yeah, ARMS were happening. Yeah, so one of my close friends got it, and I was playing that over like a few weekends back, and it's fun. I just don't know if there's $60 of stuff there. You know,
that's my concern. Fighting games should not be $60. They should be like $40.
Yeah, well,
Maybe we can get like a used one.
like
yeah.
used one is an option if they had like a clear and so like they said that all DLC for that game is gonna be free, which is great. But like, how many characters are we talking here? You know what I mean? Like, if it's just 2 or 3, like that's alright. That's still not gonna be $60 for me. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same kind of feeling that a lot of people have with Splatoon. When Splatoon first came out, people were like kind of unsure about it, like, okay, like this is a very fun game, but there's not much here. But then they added a shitload of stuff over the summer, right? Like,
Right.
So if ARMS can do that same thing and make it keep the player base active and interested, then I feel like it's a solid, because like the actual mechanics of it are really fun. It's really it's deceptively deep, you know.
Yeah.
And I was already getting into a flow of like, all right, like I like to play like Miss Mechanica, I believe is her name. She's basically the diva of that game, little girl in the mech, and like it's just, I love her. She's a lot of fun. Her abilities are really sweet.
I don't know. What was the one with the hair?
Twintel.
Twintel
is also
Twintel
very
looks
fun.
fucking cool.
The thing is that my friend made Twintel, and I didn't want to have Twintel mirror matches the whole entire time, so I was like kind of forced myself to look at other
Okay,
characters.
what about Ramen Girl?
Min Min was the first girl I tried. I couldn't get into her. I don't know. I didn't like her ability. Her ability was like to counter a punch in midair, and I just couldn't. I don't know. The diva character, Miss Mechanica, she just boosts around the map, so she's weirdly mobile for
It would be great if she was voiced by the character, the voice actress from Diva. I play to win.
GG. So yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of fun, and I think you guys will enjoy it because it's a fun, different fighting game. But at this point, I'm just holding.
Is there a story mode for it?
No, it's just an arcade.
What?
Yeah, there's no story mode.
Oh.
Literally, the entire lore of ARMS right now is that people suddenly in the normal world wake up with springy noodle arms, and they decided the best way to use their newfound powers is to fight each other for money. That's the lore. That's ARMS.
Okay, here's my problem. If a fighting game is $60, it's my problem with Pokken. If a fighting game is $60, you should not be spending $60 on a game that essentially is like a party game.
Yeah, that seems so
Mario
weird.
Party shouldn't be $60. This shouldn't be $60 is like, I should be able to come home from a long day of hard bullshit I go to my regular day job. I should lay on the couch and be able to play a fighting game like the way that Injustice or BlazBlue or Guilty Gear or any actual fighting game has a single player experience to help build your skills and also enjoy the story of the game.
Yeah.
If ARMS doesn't have a story mode, then it's like, all right, time to go to free battle like in Naruto and just go
like if anything, I feel like ARMS 2 could be totally sweet because the foundation is great, but if they just have features that are packed into it that like a story mode, a wider cast of characters, some more fun party modes, like something to hook in the like you said, like somebody like just coming from home wanting to play a few hours of ARMS by themselves, you know, something more than an online ladder, right?
Josh says, wasn't Smash $60?
Yes, but
Smash is $60, but there's also a great arcade mode and a great. The story's not great, but there is at times a story mode.
And also, like, there's a shitload of characters in that game. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they packed that game to the gills with content. Like,
yeah.
And Smash, and I put Smash and Mario Kart in a similar kind of tier in that I feel like that has such a wide appeal that I know that I'm going to get $60 of enjoyment out of it because I can bring Smash or Mario Kart to anybody's place, especially with the Switch now, and people will be down to play it. You know what I mean? Like, ARMS is kind of a tougher sell.
Yeah.
You know? In that kind of context.
You know what else is a tougher sell? Which waifu we're going to go for in Persona 5.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Wow, what a segue. Excellent.
Waifu Wars.
Waifu Wars. All right, Gang Mudo. Who do you think we should go for?
Makoto.
I agree with that statement.
Well, as I'm like shuffling my papers, I have like a full lawyer suit on. And I'm like, oh god, I need to make my case.
We don't know all the females yet, though.
No.
Yeah, no. We will do the social links no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will like my
if
main
was dateable, we would do G.
like my main goal